guys, welcome back to my channel and happy 4th of July to everybody, including my non-American friends out there. So I've been trying to come up with a message, but I might just blabber on instead. I really haven't had a whole lot to say on YouTube. I'm more of like, a lot of people might think because I have a YouTube channel that I like to blab and hear myself talk. But actually, I'm a people watcher, always have been. So I'm an observer. And one thing I've noticed, freedom comes within first. So freedom, I think what most people are thinking of when they want freedom is freedom of the mind. Everything external to you is a reflection of basically what's going on inside most of the time. Okay, most of the time it might not be reflected exactly how you think, so that's why I think people get confused in spirituality. But when we walk around, I had this thought. I did a live on my Patreon channel last night, and somebody asked me, freedom, they said that freedom means to them when we can stop paying bills, stop paying insurance, stop getting money taken out of their paycheck to pay taxes, and yada, 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 that kind of thing. So, which is an interesting perspective, because it's still a reflection, or that's still putting your power away or giving your power to something outside of you. So you're basically waiting for freedom to be granted to you by the government. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck with that, right? Like, I'm just kidding. But my point is we don't have to wait for the government to grant freedom. We are spiritual beings living in a physical reality, having a physical experience. And so everything basically external to that, external to source energy, external to your spirit, is an illusion, right? So it's something external to you. So it might be hard to grasp or hard to understand, but we've always had freedom. We've always been free, always will be free, forever and ever and ever, in all of eternity and infinity, basically. So there's not a whole lot to worry about. We basically chose, no matter how you got here, maybe you came here by ship, maybe you popped up from somewhere else, who knows? But on a very high level, you choose your experience and you choose to incarnate or live in this reality, right? So everything is a choice, because we live in a free will universe. And so we have chosen this reality to live in. And so therefore, you can never actually be enslaved by it, because it was your choice to begin with. You might be mad at yourself occasionally. If you're mad at something, like if you're mad at the government, you might actually really be mad at yourself for, I don't know, being born or whatever. But we chose it, right? And another thing that I've observed is freedom of thought. It's a common theme everywhere on the internet, on Twitter, on Telegram, on YouTube. There's an underlying fear of people people being afraid of being controlled via their thoughts. And that's reflected in comments or arguments or debates of people trying to get other people to see the same thing they do, or see things the way they do. So the energy behind it is an energy of, most of the time, sometimes people really do have it's pure intentions, but what I'm talking about is trying to get people to see the same thing what you do, or see the same thing that you do, or think the way that you do. So we're actually trying to control our neighbor's thought process, while at the same time we're afraid of being controlled by AI or mind control. So how does that work out? That's a little circle, a circle of irony there. Is you're afraid of being controlled you're afraid of your thoughts being controlled, while also trying to control the way that people think, right? And so this is this is in essence what we're afraid of is mind control, but we're also doing it to the person next to us. We're also making an effort to try and control other people's thoughts at times. Everybody on the planet is guilty of this in some way, shape, or form or fashion, because our consciousness, our collective consciousness, has actually been imprinted by extraterrestrials who are not human, right? Not the humanoid extraterrestrials, but maybe like reptilians and greys. Our consciousness, we've kind of taken some of their principles and started to recreate it in our ego mind on our own, right? So they are afraid of us, like mean greys, tall greys, or mean reptilians are actually very afraid of us. And so what they try to do is they try to control our thought process so that they feel safe and they feel in control. So does that sound familiar? Have you ever tried to control what another person thinks so that you feel safe in yourself? Right? And so really when we talk about freedom, we're trying to create freedom, or we're trying to break free of the mind, right? And so we're trying to transform our consciousness. And the only person who can transform your consciousness is you. Absolutely, absolutely nobody, not the Galactic Federation of Worlds, not the ETs, not me, not your mom, not your dad, not whoever, can give you freedom of the mind. It is your responsibility to free your own mind. And then once you do that, you know, things don't seem so bad. Things aren't so bothersome, because then the chaos is outside of you instead of inside of you, right? So I think that's the goal for most of us. I'm trying to think if I have anything left to say. Not really. I think I will end on that note, and I love you guys, and I'll be back with more videos.